Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I never thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
To march on! In a bind?
Go! Hurricane! It's in the sky! It's hurricane! Strike!
No dawn shall break this. Here I come! That fuck is driving me mad!
Never miss!
Eat mine! Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Rising Wyvern!
Radiant Pierce!
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
By the power of Blade! Where are you going? Lightning Strike!
Negative jet!
On your knees!
You're mine! Swallow Blade!
Back into the fray!
Look shot! Rising Wyvern!
By the power Hurricane Strike! Finish without
Rising! Can you take it? This one's all mine! Catapult!
Lightning Strike!
Rising Wyvern! I'm ready!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
A comfortable win.
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
You're throbbed in
Card
pain.
now through all! This one's mine! Blade!
Too much to handle?
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Not
Dance in
today!
the wind!
Hurricane foot!
Take this!
Blade Blazer!
Art
Double
Seal!
Demon Fang!
An outstanding effect. Where are you going?
Concentration!
Down! Your arm!
Swallow Blade! Stardust!
Shield!
Take this!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov!
Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Run the top field! By the power! Finish without a trace! Light up the dark!
Double Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade! Explosion!
Dragon Swarm!
Flame of Fury!
This one's all mine!
Lightning Condensed!
Hurricane
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
You're mine!
This way!
Swallow Blade!
Get down!
Make it rain!
Kizara! Frozen!
Hammer! Will this help?
Take this!
How about
Eat dirt!
More with that healing circle!
You're mine!
Air thrust!
Pull myself
Haha!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I've got her. Really bad feeling about this.
Carve through armor! And again!
Can't get out of
Masterpiece! Their arts were interrupted! Infected! Stay on the ground!
Art Seal! By the power of flame!
You got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle
Rising
it!
Wyvern! All yours!
Explosion!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Here's the eagle's own death!
Dragon Swarm!
Rising
Wyvern!
Make it
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
No more playing
Here
nice!
goes!
Hurricane foot!
It's
I
on!
never miss! Look sharp!
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
And you lose on light!
Here I come!
Lightning
Swallow
by the
Blade!
power of water! I never miss!
Purge malevolence!
Not today!
Anything in armor is all mine! Blazer spear! Pierce evil!
Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern!
Not in your dreams!
Freezing storm! Hurricane foot! Will this help?
Right! Armor won't save you!
Healing circle! I owe you one for that.
Sleep now.
Thanks, Shield.
Take
An
this!
instant!
This one's all mine!
More with that kick!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Scarlet Inferno!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Not a chance!
Spin! Recover! Thanks, Xion.
Rusty nail!
Here I
Lightning
come!
strike! Do
Rising
it!
Wyvern!
Lock! Demon's descent! Flashing fang! I need to be stronger.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
This one's tough! Not today! Take this!
Light up the dark! I'm ready to go!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid! I owe you one for that.
Arch seal!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Do it!
Right on my watch!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
None shall escape my blood!
Take this!
More with action! Primed and...
Here's where are you going? Not like this!
You pay for that! Take this!
Hear me!
Swallow
Flame of
blade!
fury! Purge the leveling!
Glacial
Arcane
Beam!
evil! Freeze lancer!
Take this!
Freeze the wind! Air drop!
Too much!
Between heaven and earth! A wailing fancy of lightning!
Not done! Dragon Swarm!
Savior!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Time to shine!
You're mine!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Here I go!
Swallow
Hurricane Strike! Go in!
Talon Sword! No escape!
These things really get on my nerves.
Burning Water!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for you.
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Water, hear my call.
That's freaking good! Go in! There you will hear my call! Make it rain! Look sharp!
You're mine!
Slash! Burning
Dragon Swarm!
Water, hear my call.
Rising Wyvern! Here I come! No escape!
Do it! Don't leave!
Throw them away!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
This cavern is surprisingly big. Not to mention nice and cool, too.
The way the light from the glowing stones reflects in the water, it almost feels like a dream.
What, this damp and slimy place? Are we looking at the same thing?
We're in for a long slog with this one.
You're mine!
Glacial spear. Here's evil. Fire's the captain. Course in this flame.
Burn her fast.
You're mine!
On guard.
Dragon
Blind freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take it?
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Fall into the
Astro Arts?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! Fluid Kick! Stardust!
The waters of
Rising
Radiant
Ether!
by the color of flame. Healing on. I never miss. Easter. Raging by the color of flame. Without a trace.
You're mine!
Now.
River!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Here, let me help.
Dazzling spin!
Dang, this one's mine. Shiny supernova.
Take it!
More without me from.
Rising Wyvern!
Pick you up. Do it.
River!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
I'll cover you. Rising gale.
It's too much!
Another one down!
Strike!
Will this help?
Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern!
Healing circle. Do it.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Gotta break through!
Glacial spear.
Not today!
Hurricane.
You're mine! Strike! Rising Wyvern!
Eat this. Water.
Devastation!
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
We got fires!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Dragon Swarm! All yours!
Spear.
Rising Wyvern!
Talon hurricane.
Now take this! Take this!
Here I go.
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Look sharp!
Rising Wyvern!
On guard!
Look here.
What's this?
Rising Falcon!
Inferno
I'm not done!
Think you can
Double
fly?
Demon Blade!
Power of flame.
Lunar Arc!
Not on my watch.
Eagle Assault!
This one's mine.
Igneous!
Dragon Swarm!
Dragon shell. Explosion.
Don't make it rain!
Midwell. Astral energy. Full throttle. Hurricane.
Here I come!
I can carve through armor!
Strike!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane.
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning strike. Eagle dawn.
Devastation!
It's on! Rip and tear!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Magna ray. Back into the fray.
First strike! Dragon
Storm!
Swarm!
Make it rain! I feel sprightlier than before.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
Not today!
By the lightning meteor! Inferno crossing! Gemini Alpha! 1,000 gales, tear you to shreds!
Dragon
I'll
form!
heal your hand!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Dragon form! Rising Wyvern! Take this! Swallow blade!
Here goes!
I'm ready to
Not
go.
on my watch!
I'm ready to go.
Healing circle! Lightning dice!
Not today!
Hear me! Flame of
Take
fire!
this!
Illuminate! Water! Here's my
This
call!
shield.
Holy land!
That'll bring you down.
A chain between heaven
Here I
and
come!
earth. Darkness
Strike!
I'll heal you all!
Dragon form!
Lightning!
Tiger blade.
Demon Fang!
I can
Carve through armor!
Air thrust!
Time to strike.
Sorian instant!
Dragon Distance!
Purge malevolence!
You're mine!
Now,
Looking good!
Law, get toasty.
Bird Strike!
Will this
Hands
help?
in the wind!
Now!
Falling storm.
Strike! This one's all mine!
I'll heal you all!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Illuminate the sun! Falling storm!
Ha! You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger blade.
Take this! Swallow blade!
Mega ray!
This one's
Now.
mine.
Demons descend.
Flashing Fang!
Swallow blade!
Without a trace! I'll be saving this
Rising Wyvern!
Do it, Ikara.
Frozen!
Hammer.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This one's tough!
I can carve through us!
Glacial Spear! Here's the strike!
Stardust! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Dance in the wind! Will this help? Confiscated!
Switch to offense! Take this!
Piercing
Dragon Swarm!
Need to pull myself
Rising
together.
Wyvern!
Now! Very well! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! The waters of freezing storm! Hurricane whirlwind! Lightning strike! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Take this! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lightning condemns! Radiant Thunderbolt! Illuminate the
Take
dark!
this!
Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy light!
Their arts were interrupted!
Rising Wyvern!
Appreciate the help.
May 1,000
Rising
gales carry your strength!
Swallow Blade!
Reload!
Eat
I will heal you all!
Dragon Swarm!
Now take this!
Thanks!
Raging
Take this!
storm! More of that can! Here's the
Dragon
healing
Swarm!
arm! Blown flight!
Make it
First
ready!
aid! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here I go! Hurricane strike!
Lightning strike!
Rising Wyvern! Thanks!
Please turn!
Devastation!
Hurricane strike!
Lightning
Here I
strike!
come! Slash! Dragon Swarm!
Lunar arc!
Do it!
Demon Fang!
Xion! Astral energy! Full throttle!
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prova what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
A bad feeling about this.
Take this!
This one's mine! Here goes! I'll heal you
A
all!
wall to shield from calamity.
I owe you one! Barrier! Here I come!
Sorry,
This is looking good! Rising Falcon!
Reload!
Use
Lightning
the
Dragon
Dragon
Swarm!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
Oh, violent guarding wind!
Take this!
Heal hard now!
Flash!
Confiscated!
Here I come!
Base
More
of
with that
blood.
heat from!
Burn in hell!
Thunderbolt! Illuminate magic is
Flash! This!
Holy Land!
Rising Wyvern! You're mine! Swallow Blade! I owe you one!
I'll smash you!
Let me free you of
Take
your
this!
power.
Struck!
Here's the healing art! First aid!
Struck! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
You're mine! Swallow Blade!
Do it! Dohaline!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! I'll heal you all! Arch Shield! Healing
Here I come!
Astral energy!
This one's all mine!
More where that came from!
Double demon
I'm
fang!
ready! Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Let's refrain from losing.
What's... What's this thing?
Forgive you!
Take this! Ignite!
I'm ready!
Hurricane
Strike!
You're mine!
Freeze! I never miss! I'm ready!
I'm on!
Talon
Take
Sword!
this! Slash! Dragon Swarm!
Now I'm in the groove!
Double demon
Lunar
fang!
Corruption!
Rising Viper! Stardust!
Glimmer Dragon! Searing Flame!
Rising...
Reload!
Here I come! Strike!
Searing
Dragon
Flame!
Swarm!
Reload!
Rising Viper!
Searing Flame! Reload!
Rising... I'm not done! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Here's evil!
First strike!
Freeze!
Here I come! Inferno Blade! Rising Wyvern!
Do it! Long! Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
I've been doing really great lately.
This one's tough!
Here's evil!
Take this!
Justice! Freeze Lantern!
I must remember my limits. So you clamor for my true power? Shield from calamity.
I'll heal you all! The water's Healing circle!
I'm in your
Burn in hell!
There!
You're mine!
Vanquish darkness!
Raise you.
Dragon Swarm!
Here's a healing art!
Double Demon Fang!
First aid!
Raging
Heal!
Luna Storm.
Double Demon Fang!
Light!
Hold nothing back!
By the power of flames!
Rising Wyvern!
Jesus.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you
Kisara!
back!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Breath of life.
Take this!
Heal my weary companion.
Resuscitation!
Take this!
Cure!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Double
Now!
Demon River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Shine. Radiant light.
Take it! Swallow Blade!
Annihilation!
Regenerate.
Hear me!
I owe you one.
Fury!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! You picked the wrong fight!
Demon
You're
light.
mine! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Weary companion.
Hear my call!
Here I come!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
We're still standing. Barely. You guys want to rest here? Did we really just spend that much money? Alphen, do you understand what's on the line here?
What?
The fish, Alphen.
Shion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
What? Hey guys, I don't see any of our food anywhere.
What?
I know! The bag we kept it all in has vanished! Some Zoogles must have gotten in behind us and swiped the whole thing while we were fighting.
What?
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
This affects you too, you know! We lost all our food, including all those sweets you love so frickin' much!
What? How could this happen? Those sweets are the highlight of my day! Oh, so hungry.
Hunger is like that. The moment you know there's nothing you can do about it, it becomes that much more unbearable.
Whoever did this, I swear I'm gonna make them pay for stealing our supplies.
All that's left now is this one lonesome apple.
Law?
What? Hey, don't look at me like that. I picked this apple myself. I'm not just gonna...
Food.
Hand it over.
Stay away! Ah!
Hey, I'm back. Huh? What the heck happened here?
Only a poignant reminder of how dangerous a food shortage can be in a collective. A serious problem indeed. And one we should all be mindful of.
I see. Does it have anything to do with why you're holding our food supply bag behind your back?
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey,
What is it?
do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Dinner! Yes! Yes, of course! Dinner! Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait, is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah. So much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done, when Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
Sorry if I'm a bit restless during the night. Morning. Ready to head out?
Think we can take that thing?
No way.
So this...
is the one who polluted the pond!
Consider this payback for all those fish!
Come on, roll now!
Go for the weak point!
Here's the evil!
Here I come!
Right now!
Try harder! Not a chance!
It's raining blobs of slime! Gross! I'll take out as many as I can!
I owe you one! Take this! I'm not done! Dragon Form! An astronaut?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
This one's mine! Watch this!
Art Seal!
You'll pay for that!
Here's a healing art! First aid!
Switch team! Their arms were interrupted! Think you can fly?
Concentrate!
Take this! Eat dirt!
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
Here I come!
Here! Annihilation!
Dragon
I'll be
Form!
saving this one!
Rising Wyvern!
Dohalim!
Light Burst 4!
Radiant Genesis! Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
You're mine!
Lancer!
Can't get out of this!
Swallow Blade!
New Hurricane Strike! Lightning Strike! Resuscitation! Will this...
You're mine!
Sightless
Dragon!
Not done yet!
Down!
My astral energy! Dance to the wind!
Knew it! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Whirling trouble! Wind up!
Powered up!
First force!
Here I come!
Thunder back!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Lightning
Move
strike!
again!
Shattering blade! I think the Swampy!
Stay away from my friends!
Thanks so much! Here goes! I'll bring you back from death! I'll bring you back from death!
Now or never.
Here I go!
trained harder. Crescent Moon!
I still got the
Tiger
sightless!
Blade!
No more playing nice!
You're mine!
Time to shine!
Here's a healing art!
Lion Power! Time to shine!
Lunar corruption! Dance to the wind! Never miss!
Dragon Form!
Air thrust!
Falling Storm!
Here's a healing art!
In a line, you come
Art seal!
Dragon Form!
Not on my watch!
Rising Wyvern!
Ready to go!
Take this!
Switch to
Rising
Iron
Falcon!
Man!
Burn!
Going in! That's better!
Take it all!
This one's
Swallow
mine!
Blade! I can't move!
Don't give up! Need to pull myself together.
You're mine!
Now!
Remember!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Raging cascade!
Meteor!
Glacial sword! Here's the evil!
Dragon Form!
Denied!
Now or never.
Hurricane Strike! Lightning Strike!
Carve through armor!
Hurricane Strike! Look sharp! Here it comes!
On your toes, everyone! Air thrust! A chain between heaven and earth.
Here I come! Rising Wyvern! Now! Here I come! Devastation! It's on! Not today!
I won't give up! No further!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
Not on my watch! Think we start this!
Shattering of pieces! Attack!
Not a chance!
Too much. Handle? Where that came from?
Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you!
Take this! You're mine!
My astral
Swallow
energy!
blade!
This one's
Dragon form!
Reload!
This one's all mine!
Illuminate the
Not today!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika! Look sharp!
I'm not done!
Take this!
Take this! I'm not done!
Thanks, Shion.
You're mine!
Can't be happening.
escape!
Chinese
Swallow
supernova!
blade!
Blade!
Rising Wyvern! My turn!
Go time!
I can carve through armor!
Illuminate the
Strike!
dark!
In a bind?
Permanent splendor! Hurricane strike!
Can't move!
Don't leave me! Hurricane strike! Vanquish dark!
I owe you one.
By the
Here I
curse
come!
of water!
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning!
Devastation!
Here goes!
Can't end here!
I'll bring you down!
Not done yet!
Came between heart and soul. Right, watch out! Take care of
Prepare to be seen! No
I'll bring you
escape!
back from death's
Dragon
abyss!
Swarm!
It's weakened!
This ends now!
Hasten!
Here I come! I'm not done! Devastation! It's over!
Target ready to go!
Rising Falcon! This one's all mine!
Can't be happening! Blah 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 magic! Tidal wave! Hit!
Hurricane strike! This one's mine!
Stardust! Try harder! Now! Here I come! Rising Falcon! Stardust!
Lunar corruption!
Hold nothing back!
Lightning!
I can carve through armor!
Here
No
goes!
escape! Rising Wyvern! Try harder! My turn! You're mine!
Confiscated!
Devastation! Strike!
Better!
Rising
Glacial spear! Piercing bolt!
Strike!
Now for the
This time! You picked the wrong fight! Jump!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here, let me help! Photon blast!
This should do it!
Here
Here I come! Swallow blade! Yoda!
Run in your dreams!
You're mine!
Gale Force! More where that came from! That move!
Take this!
Shiny!
Here comes the big one!
Not like this!
You're bruised all over. Did you even notice?
Guess I got carried away.
I'm not always going to be around to heal you, you know.
Now! You're mine! Rising
won't give
Wyvern!
up.
Take this! Ha! Can't end here!
I couldn't make it in time.
Here goes!
Now you see what I can do! Demon Blast!
Rising Wyvern!
This is some punishment.
I'll finish you here and now!
Here I come! Swallow
I've
blade!
let you all down.
いつも君と待ち続けた季節は何も言わず通り過ぎた雨はこの街に降り注ぐ少しのリグレットと罪を包み込んで泣かないことを誓ったまま時は過ぎ痛む心に気がつかずに僕は一人になった記憶の中でずっと二人は生きてゆける君の声が今も胸に響くよそれは愛がさまよう限り君は少し泣いたあの時見えなかった
We've reached our destination.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry, that probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Your lordship! Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the Lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time. Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to this city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Oh, hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made Sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganeth Heros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered, until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it!
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld.
But Dohalim was a lord.
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Cannabelt. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danons, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day...
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here.
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquire? Every lord in their household has their share of support. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should...
I didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
Yes!
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them, too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from
What?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed.
Pardon me.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too
Ridiculous. Okay.
Seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Xion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.